here we are back at the van. Thanks for joining us. It's Jocelyn
And Joe.
and measure once, cut twice is our theme here. So we've only been doing the van camping for a little while, but we have done a lot of camping trips. We used to camp in a tent. We actually went on our honeymoon in a tent camping to Montana near Glacier Park. That's another story.
Good grief.
Anyway, we have come up with some really good tips. Whether you're a long-term camper or you're just starting to camp or you're thinking about van camping, the first night of a camping trip is always the hardest. By the way, if you hear movement around, we're in our storage lot for our van, so there's people moving around. Anyway, the first night of any camping trip, no matter how seasoned you are, can be kind of hectic and kind of crazy. So we've come up with some really good tips, and we wanted to share those with you. We have 10 tips for night one of any camping trip. So the first tip I have, and that's because we're in a van. This wouldn't count if you were in a tent, but have your bed made before you leave, because the last thing you want to do is get there, you're
crawl
hot.
into a messed up bed. I don't like it.
Right.
Don't like it.
If you do have a tent, here's another tip. Make sure you try out your mattress before you take it camping. I think we told you about our little trip when we thought we had a blow up. No, we thought we had a tent and it was an awning. Wasn't it something like that? Anyway, so we couldn't camp. So my first tip is to make your bed before you leave.
Well, this is unscripted.
You like those glasses?
Have an easy meal for your first night. Jocelyn makes his kibasi and potatoes. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go to bed.
He likes it.
Anyhow, and put it at the top of your cooler. If cold, prepare it before you leave home. And that's what we did.
Yeah, so you don't want to have to sort through the cooler and get all your ice messed up. And if it's a cool meal, go ahead and make it before you leave. And then it's easily accessible. So number 3 is also, Joe talked about that one. And I said,
this is unscripted.
Definitely.
Have your stove, pots, pans in the front of your storage or easily accessible. Big. Keep it because you're going to be traveling the next day or maybe the following day. Keep that stuff easily accessible. And simple.
Yeah, for the first night, you want it where you can just grab it. Like we use a Blackstone, and so we put that. It's not under a bunch of stuff. We put it where we can grab it easily.
Absolutely.
And number 4. This is important too, because you're going to be tired. The first night of camping, getting everything set up, driving, all of that, you're exhausted. So my tip is to have everything you need for your first sleep, again, easily accessible. That would be like your flashlight, any lighter for the grill or the Blackstone, your porta potty, have that all ready to go, your toilet paper, your bug spray, have those things ready to go, easily grabbed so you're not sorting through everything in an emergency.
Work smarter, not harder.
Okay, do the next one.
So then we got pack your pajamas. Make sure your pajamas are packed on top.
Again,
Another biggie.
You just want to be able to grab them.
Don't want to be rooting for them.
Okay. Go ahead.
Have your jackets and sweatshirts ready available for the next morning. Big. We got caught in January down here. It was like 40s in the morning.
Cold.
Dogs got cold. We got cold and had to fire the heater up in the morning. Have that available.
And I forgot my jacket. So now I have a checklist. And at some point, I'll put that together and send it to anybody that's interested. But okay, so that's number 6. Number 7 is also have your pet food and blankets and whatever the pet needs easily accessible, especially water and a bowl for the water, because we've found our little guys, we showed them in another video, they really need to have their water, and especially in this Arizona heat. And then this summer we'll be going up north to Montana. It gets hot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is one. If you're having fire, prepare the kindling before you leave home. Now, guess what? We got a propane fire. Not good. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're spoiled now. We got that little propane fireplace. But we do like to have a fire, a real fire too. And we just probably would not, now with that fireplace, we wouldn't do it on the first night. But if you do, it kind of makes sense to get your kindling ready before you go. You know, if you don't, that's not a big deal. But it's just, again, that convenience, and you're tired, and like us, you might get grumpy.
That propane fire is just our new thing. Good investment.
Okay, so unless you have lots of daylight and lots of energy, save the decorating setup for the next day. And that would be things like your tablecloth, candles, twinkle lights, you know, anything non-essential. Just save that for the next day. You don't need it your first night. And then number 10, this is big one.
Definitely, last but not least, have your beverage of choice chilled, your chair set up, and get your relaxation on. Well, you know, we've been kind of doing this for a long time, and that shouldn't even exist on this last year.
Because it's important. Maybe that
Big
should have been
fun.
at the top of the list. Except you got to get all your chores and your dinner done. But definitely, you know, bring something comfortable. Enjoy it, because that's what camping isn't, just to go out there and get and set up and look cool.
And
it's
tear
to
down your camp.
just
Right.
sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery.
We had a good trip. We went to Lost Dutchman's in Arizona. Met up a couple friends. Haven't seen her in 45 years. And let me tell you, it was, like I said, we started with handshakes. We ended with hugs.
Yep.
Good people.
Yep. That's what camping is all about, and that's why we love it. So, in our last video, we said we're going to end each video with a little story. So, it's my turn to tell a story on
Come
Joe.
on!
So, you may or may not know, we owned a little store and a campground in Swan Lake, Montana.
Swan Lake.
By the way, the store is going to be 100 years old this year. So, if you're up in the Kalispell Glacier Park area, stop in at the Swan Lake Trading Post.
We'll be there.
We don't own it anymore, but there's wonderful owners, and it's just a unique, beautiful place. Anyway, when we owned it, we were open in the summer until 9 o'clock every night, and tons of cabins in the area. It's kind of a unique area. We're in a valley where it's the Mission Mountains on one side and the Bob Marshall area and the Flathead Forest on the other side, National Forest. So it's this long valley, and sounds carry. So in our store, we close at 9, and we wanted to give people notice, okay, we're getting ready to close, so hurry up and come down and get your ice cream or your beer or your ice or those last minute things. So every night at about 8:30, quarter to 9, Joe would get out his stadium horn.
At a stadium horn.
Yeah, hopefully you know what we're talking about. Those big long ones that they use at stadiums. Well, Joe would go out and he'd blow that like 3 times.
Depends how many beers I had. The louder I would blow it.
Yeah.
But,
he was allowed to have a beer the last hour of operations because I kept him back in the kitchen. Anyway, so he'd go out and blow the horn, and people would hurry and come and get their beer, ice cream, or whatever. Well, one day, this little boy that we know, the cutest little boy, I think he was about 5. His name is Walter. So, Walter, if you're growing up and you're out there, we love you.
Hey, I'll blow the horn.
It makes the best story. So little Walter comes into the store, and he goes up to Joe and he says, Joe, don't blow your horn so loud. And I looked at Walter's mom. I'm like, oh my God, are we bugging people? And she laughed. She shook her head. She said, no. The reason he doesn't want Joe to blow his horn is because that means it's bedtime, and Walter doesn't want to go to bed.
Not when he's out there. And it's funny because we have people who live a mile behind us, every once in a while, Joe, I heard your horn.
Yeah, in that valley, you could hear things for quite a distance.
1 mile long is where we lived for 16 years. It was
Well,
an
the
adventure.
the valley's like 70 miles
Oh yeah,
long.
it was an adventure.
Anyway, that's our story for today. Thanks for joining us. I hope you can use those tips. And eventually we'll get our checklist out. I'll get my act together. I have it handwritten, but I'll try to get that out, and that's free if anybody wants it. Tell your friends about us. And we'd love to hear your stories, or if you got any suggestions for us. But most of all, thank you for subscribing.
And we're unscripted. We don't know what we're doing. Give me a break, will you? Hey, reunion. I'm taking a break.
So we're supposed to have an ending on these videos that we say every time. So I'm not sure what our ending will be, but measure once.
Cut twice.
Story of our life. Talk to you soon.
Good day.